Welcome back to Atratzu Reviews. I'm Atratzu, and we are continuing our adventure in my Minecraft world. As I said earlier on in the video, not really on the video, in the other video, I'm not good at this, doing it live. As I said in the last episode, I'm going through and just sharing the world that I made with you. There are a couple things I discovered the last episode. First off, I learned that this camera only records for 20 minutes. So that means that I cannot record for 30-minute sections. Anyway, I'm taking you through my world. I'm sharing it with you. I apologize for any mistakes that I might have last episode. Rather than just scrap the whole thing, I think I'm just gonna have my face cam just to disappear. So sorry about that. Hopefully no one really cares too much. I figure no one's watching my videos just for my face anyway. So there you go. I would hope that it would be the gameplay or stuff that I'm showing you is more interesting. Or stories that I'm telling. Where we last left off, we are back down into my little base. Remember, this is where we will be using as a point of reference as to where everything is. So, this is the point of reference, my base, everything here. We last talked about the rail system that I had set up here. Okay, so where to start? Let's go into the Nether. That was one of the next places that I went after I got everything set up within my world. Then I kind of went to the Nether. Let's see where it brings us. It's going to be a mystery, a surprise to everybody. That's not the right spot. This is one of the downsides of it. Originally, the Nether Portal brought us here. Wonder if I can just break that one and then fix this one, and if it'll bring me back where it's supposed to, or if I'll permanently ruin everything. Well, no easier way to find out. Alright. If we're lucky, it'll hook up correctly. If we're not, who knows where this one's gonna end up. Alright. So, we're now in the Nether. One of the first things that I did when I got into the Nether was to construct something to defend myself from the zombie pigmen, because I happen to be somebody who is notoriously good at getting myself into trouble. So I had to figure out some way to handle this. So I set up a fortification. So I set up this. It's kind of a pain, but I had to keep on moving stuff backwards and forwards. And then a common theme that I have is, can I farm this here? So I set up a place to farm chickens as well. Now you can actually just push stuff through the portal, so you can get things in and out of the Nether much easier. Wasn't like that originally, but at the time I felt very accomplished for figuring out how to get chickens in here. Then I had... Was I farming stuff down here? I was. Nether wart. Ah, what are you? I thought you were a block. Get out of here, stupid. Alright. So, I kind of built all that stuff there. There's not much to show, just a lot of long building is what I would describe it. Because I built all the way that way. This is when I was trying to search for a Nether fortress. What I concluded the easiest way to get around and find stuff was to just construct out and protect myself from the ghasts. Get out of here. And the way that I did that was by building exactly like this for miles and miles and miles. So the roof was to protect me from the front, but I needed a way to be able to see out to the sides to make sure that I wasn't going to get shot by gas and that I could defend myself. That way it's not just going in a portal, there would be something to see. Eventually, get out of here. Eventually, I did make a rail system to one of the Nether fortresses, which is this way, but don't worry, we're not going to deal with that nonsense. That's a long trip. I think even now it's a long trip. Don't want to do it. Anyway, this is really all there is to see within the Nether. There's not much. I don't have a particularly interesting Nether story to tell. I think everyone's had the same Nether stories where you accidentally punch one of these jerks in the face and then everybody gang rapes you, and it's just not a good time for anybody. So, not much really to say for that one. However, now that portals can go in and out, it would very much change what happened here. And of course I want to make my nether portal as decorative as possible. Tried to make it look festive. I was always thinking of like some like sacrificial type grounds. As you can see, I gathered the, what is it called again? Brain fart. Fortress blocks just to put them down, and then I built fire here. I tried putting fire on the edges, but my golem was trying to run into it with a passion, and I didn't want him to die, and he would basically, this is the second edition. The first edition one was like in the fire, and then he was stuck right here. Like, he just stood here and would look at me like, why? Why did you put the fire here? The fire is bad. And just kind of like looked at there with his judging eyes. I was like, you're the one that went there. What am I supposed to tell you? Don't go there. Alright. So, let's talk about the monuments around here. So, these were what I wanted to make something to like remember 9/11, but I didn't know the Twin Towers very well, so I just like built two things, and I was hoping to do more with them, but I realized once I built them that there was really nothing left for me to do with it. So they're just kind of just two big pillars out here. That's really all there is to say about them, unfortunately. I always wanted to be able to move biomes around. I don't know if that's now an option that you can do, or if it changed based on altitude, but what I did is I constructed over here this little ice sculpture type thing, and I was trying to do like a Nightmare Before Christmas thing with the snow. Wasn't working out so great. In the end, I also built some snow golems and put them out over here, and then it rained and they all died. Sad story there. I built this, which I just was farming pumpkins out the wazoo, and I always seem to be playing this game during Halloween, so I mean it just all fits really well. Originally, I don't have nearly as many, but I originally had tons of jack-o'-lanterns just everywhere. This was all the dungeon block that I found, or is it dungeon block? Moss block. It's what you would find if you'd find an area. Again, I don't know, I haven't played for so long. If you find an area underground that would have moss stone all around it, you normally had a chest inside of there, and I would just gather all the moss stone and think someday I'll do something with this. Well, turns out there was nothing for me to do, so instead I built this monument. Now there is something else to say about the monument. The monument that I was like, what I was basing it off of was Aku, that you know from the Samurai Jack series. I always thought of like that pointy kind of look, and that's kind of what I was envisioning when I built it. Also, I just kind of like built my way up, and then I like wanted to set it up kind of as a parkour challenge, so I could get back up if I wanted to, so I could just jump along the edges like that. Ah, oh wait, the game does that. No, even if the game does that, I still need to actually parkour up the edges myself. I'm in it now. I gotta go all the way. Prove to my past self that I am worthy. I am worthy scaling. Scaling a dragon. Oh no. Trust me, I used to be able to do it. Actually, I wasn't very good at doing it even then. So, those are those monuments. I think we've covered all of those. I'm holding off on a lot of the coolest stuff. This was one of the last buildings I built here. What I really liked about it is how it glowed at night. When I thought about this one, I was envisioning like a lava lamp. I was like, I wonder what else I can do. So this is when I was experimenting with different types of lighting that I could potentially use. And this was one of the ones that I thought about doing. So I thought maybe someday I would build a house where all the lights would actually come from lava. Still think that's a pretty cool idea. This is kind of like... This whole area is kind of like an inspiration to me to be like, look at the creative things that you thought up on your own. This was, I didn't watch anyone else on YouTube. This was before I watched anybody else that ever did any Minecraft playthroughs or stuff like that. This was all stuff that just came from my own mind. If there was anything that, oh, they added boat oars? What? If there was anything that didn't come from my mind, I would get it from the wiki that I'd look up if I wanted to look up mechanics for how something worked. Alright, let's move on to the next area that we went to. So, let's make the tour as authentic as possible. Where are you? Inventory? What button are you? You can switch hands? I've not played this game in so long. Beg, no. I for inventory, no. Why? It's E? Do not like. Alright. Alright. So, starting off, I wanted to build a bunch of random monuments, so going out there'd be something to see. This first monument that we have on our left is basically a volcano. I built it by just like building layers all my way up and then pouring buckets of lava off the top. I think I did it with 4. I either did it with 4 or with 8. I think it was 4 though. You notice that the computer is currently generating the land as we go into it. It's kind of a pain. Again, you'll notice that I didn't learn that I could put more than that, so that's all I have here for the moment. So we have here one of the things that I just like I was thinking like roller coaster rides when you like go into tunnels and stuff like that. So that was kind of what I was thinking that's kind of what I was thinking when I was looking at it. Ah, we got 7 minutes. Oh, we just skipped right through there, didn't we? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Well, crap. I'll need to fix that someday. Just kidding. Not gonna. Alright. I wanted to show this because this was actually really cool. I thought it was cool anyway. This was just an interesting design. I was thinking temple at the time. Ah! I was thinking just, oh, there's a temple. Ho, ho, ho. Shark bait, ooh, ha, ha. Like I said, there's really not much else to say to it other than, even now, I still really like how this looks. There's just something really cool about it. Then this, of course, I made it so it was underground. Can I drop in here? Normally, I would actually leave something like that I could actually do. See, now I wised up to it at that point. Oh, that's right. We're getting closer to that area, aren't we? Oh, ho, ho. Is this what I think it is? Yes, it is. We're not ready to go there, though. Not ready at all. So, let's continue on with this one. So that was the first place that I made contact with, and then I kept on going this way. I don't remember how much farther. Oh yeah, this is where I made my grand quarry. So again, you'll see I like stuck to the shoreline so that if I fell off, I could get back on and make my way back home. Which is another big theme for me is anytime that I would really get far away, I would end up getting myself lost. Never a good idea. So you just do more and more minecarting. You go more and more minecarting around here, minecarting here, and then here we go. This is a familiar area to me. This was one of the, I would call them outposts. Generally, I would just set up an outpost if I wasn't very familiar with an area, and so I'd be like, alright, let's just make an outpost here, and then keep on going. As you can see, this was actually worthy of a stop. Stop it! Stop it! Computer is like freaking out. Can you blame it? It is like, what is going on? Why are we rendering all this? And why do we need to render so far away? What are you doing to us, Atratzu? So this track here actually wasn't completed for the longest time. I didn't actually think I would complete it, so even now seeing it's kind of odd to me. Being like, why is this here? This was never here. So it was one of the last things that I did regularly. Then this one, this whole area, I don't know if you've ever been on a, like in a zoo, I guess, or there's a bird watching area that I went to at one point when I was a kid. And what we did is it was just like, it made it look like it was all like ground was around it, and it was just like windows that stuck out from the side. So it just felt like you were underground going through a tunnel. That's what inspired this. And so I was like, I'm just going to put chicken over there because why not? And then I wanted to make it feel like I was kind of going underground. So from the outside anyway, it's just windows, and then you go underground here. These half slabs? No, these are half slabs. Right. Because I wanted to leave the windows open. I wanted to leave the windows open, but it got dark because I couldn't have the complete windows open to make it feel like you were walking through an area that was like actually underground. You can't have like torches on the sides there, so I put half slabs to make sure that NPCs wouldn't spawn, and I actually could just like leave this place and go through here peacefully. Now we come to the Grand Quarry. At the time, I was really in need of cobblestone, and I was tired of mining my own spot, and so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna build one here. I named it the Quarry. After Lords of the Realm. all of these were legitimately dug down, and I would say legitimately like for the ore, but it kind of just got shaped by whatever ore I ran into in the area. Not much else to say about it. This is one of the things that I would dig out every day. I would come to every day before I'd go to work, or I even had a job that I could actually play Minecraft at the same time. I would set up a server and I would just work on this. I wouldn't mine straight down, but I would like mine it in tiers. So I'd start up here, mine all the way across, and then I'd drop down a layer, mine all the way across, and pretty much just keep going like that. It was quite the endeavor. Quite the endeavor indeed. So, looking upon that, that's a crazy amount of work. Over here, I built another area as I just kind of explored more. The mental image that I was imagining while building this was an amphitheater. So like the Romans had. Ah, frame chugging, please stop. Maybe I should have just explored the whole area first. Sorry. I apologize if the frame chugging gets you crazy. Actually, let's just bump down the graphics a tiny bit. I don't think we need it to be showing nearly that many. Let's just bump it down to 12. Hopefully that cleans it up a little bit. So, Theater Plaza is what I named it. Do I have a logbook here? Nope. Here? Nope. You never know what you're gonna find around in this kind of area. I've got, let me out! Let me out! I never would have built it that way had I been able to stand on things. Then I set up a mushroom here. This was to farm mushrooms, but as you can see, I didn't die, sucker. Interesting. I never saw that sword before. More things have been changed. This isn't the Minecraft that I know and loved. Uh-oh. Okay. I gotta keep checking the time because I ran out of time last time, so I gotta make sure I actually do it. 1 minute, I guess I'm gonna have to have an outro. There's still so much left to see. Who knows how many episodes this is gonna be. Okay. So, okay, yeah, that makes sense. This is the farthest that I got, and then I started to revamp all of my rail systems. So, yeah, there's that. And then I was gonna keep on going, but there wasn't anything left to keep on going. Shove, sucker. Alright. What's that? You neigh at me? I mean, you sheep noise at me? You bah. Alright. This one, I was like, I want to build something in the sky. Dun-dun-dun-dun. And that is what we will be exploring next time. So, got a minute until this video. Actually, I got like 20, I can't seconds. I've got 40 seconds until this video ends on its own. So, I guess that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. We're going to continue this exploration. Again, I am your tour guide. My name is Atratzu. I'm going through all of my Minecraft stuff. If you liked it, be sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe. If you didn't like it, thumbs it down. Tell me not to do it again. I'm sorry. If anything, I will give this game a review. I will eventually review Minecraft if I get around to it. I'll write a review for Minecraft, go through the review for Minecraft, but I'm not going to do a Let's Play series on my channel, so don't worry about anything like that. If you liked it, be sure to check out more of my reviews. I mainly review, but this is just something that I wanted to try, something new. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Alright, originally this is about all there was to it. And then of course, you know, there's the basic progression. Man, it's weird that you can actually move up blocks now. Oh, that's weird. Later on I had to add another storeroom to take up more items, and so I added this on here. I don't remember when this one was exactly, but I continued trying to experiment with different ways of managing all the... Whoa! Alright, that's what happens when you load a save file from 2012, I guess. Okay, oak logs, birch. So you can kind of get an idea for just how OCD I am. Which, again, all of these, you can pretty much trust.